Welcome to today's show, Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Burgess, passionate, inspirational speaker, author, poet, and entrepreneur. Good morning, and welcome to Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. I'm delighted that you joined me this morning. I want to give a big thank you to those of you who are listening today all around the world. I'm delighted and so grateful that you tuned in. I sure hope you're enjoying a fabulous day today and that you're having a fantastic week. Because you know what? In the grand song of the universe, life is very short. It's short, sweet, and very, very precious. So I hope you're making a difference in your own life, because when you do, you also make a difference in someone else's life. Now, a lot of folks want to make their life count for something, and they ask me, Dr. Gloria, how do you do that? Well, it's very simple. Very simple. You make your life count day by day, step by step, moment by moment, every single day, 365, 24/7. That's what Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count, is all about. You can learn more about Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count by visiting the Gloria Burgess website. That's GloriaBurgess.com. The Gloria Burgess website. Again, that's GloriaBurgess.com, or by visiting Facebook. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/DR for Doctor, GloriaBurgess/PhD/. Okay? All right. I look forward to seeing you there. Now, today I want to talk with you about healthy living. Specifically, we're going to focus on one of the most important habits you can cultivate to keep yourself healthy. And that habit is all about keeping yourself hydrated. That's right. We're talking water here. Now, I remember when my daughter was very young, and she just loved water. Now, for her, that meant being in the water. She loved to swim. But she wasn't all that keen on drinking water. In fact, I remember she really enjoyed visiting one of her aunties. And this particular aunt enjoyed taking my daughter to the water park. I remember one summer it was really, really hot. I mean, much hotter than usual. And my daughter was with her aunt in her favorite water park. And she splashed and played and splashed and played in the water. But when it was time to drink water to keep herself hydrated, my daughter flatly refused to drink any water. I mean, she refused to drink water, and she refused to eat anything. You know how kids can be. Now, they love to play more than anything, and my daughter was no different. Thankfully, my sister knew the dangers of not getting sufficient water. So she told my daughter, she said, you know, if you don't drink your water or eat some food, I'm going to take you home. And that's exactly what she had to do. So, how much water should you drink each day? That's a great question, right? And it's a simple, straightforward question, but it's also a question with no easy one-size-fits-all answer. Various research studies have produced varying recommendations over the years, but your individual water consumption and your needs depend on many, many factors, including your health, how active you are, how old you are, where you live, and so unfortunately no single formula fits everyone. But knowing more about your body's need for fluids will help you estimate how much water to drink each day. Because when you drink enough water each day, you can enjoy all the benefits of living a healthy life. Now, how many of you can relate to that, right? I know we all want to live a healthier life, right? Why? Well, for me, it's so that I can make a difference, right? And so for you to make a difference in your own life, you want to be able to enjoy the best quality of life for yourself, spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, and intellectually, right? And that way you can help other people do the same thing. So once again, folks, today's focus is healthy living, and today's healthy living habit is all about hydration, how to keep yourself in the water zone. So it's time to grab your earbuds, put on your walking shoes, or maybe it's time to reach for a tall, cool glass of water, right? Or make yourself a cup of tea or coffee, or get yourself some fruit juice. Put your feet up, relax in your favorite chair. We're going to have a great time today. Before I jump into today's show, I just want to take a moment to pause and to welcome you. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Dr. Gloria, and this is Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. I'd like to extend a special welcome to those of you who are joining my show, or if you're joining Talk Network Radio for the very first time. You are in for a very special treat. I'm excited to have you listening in today, and I'm deeply honored that you have allowed me to be part of your day so you can be inspired by ideas and resources to make your life count. Today's program is all about healthy living. Our special focus today is developing the habit for staying hydrated. I like that. A hydration habit. Then that's simply the habit of drinking water. A very important topic today so that you can enjoy a happy, healthy life. Now, did you know that when you develop new habits, you're actually supporting your brain's functioning? Your brain depends on fluid to function properly. Now, we don't often stop and think about our brain, right? But there are billions, I'm talking billions and billions of neurons in our brains. And we have trillions and trillions of synapses. And all those neurons and synapses depend on hydration, on liquid, in order to fire properly. Now, water is essential for brain health, but did you know that water is also essential for all of your other organs to function properly as well? In fact, keeping your body well hydrated helps to ensure the integrity of your organs. And it also helps keep your immune system in top shape, which helps to prevent infections. Now, earlier we had a question about what's the right amount of water to drink. Well, the truth is, there's no set amount of water that's uniformly recommended by any medical society. In some cultures we say, drink 8-ounce glasses of water a day. But you know what? That amount might be right for some folks, yet not nearly enough for others. So again, it depends on where you live, the climate you live in, how active you are, whether or not you exercise or work out, how old you are, lots of different factors. Here are some of the many ways that water, staying hydrated, can be beneficial to your health. Okay? So let's talk about exercise first. Did you know that when you exercise, water is just what you need to keep your muscles doing exactly what they are designed to do? Water actually helps to keep the right balance of electrolytes, things like sodium and potassium and magnesium, so that your muscles can actually function properly. If you've ever been surprised by one of those painful cramps, like in your arm or your leg muscles or another muscle group, just think about that. Without an adequate supply of water, muscles are actually more prone, more susceptible to cramping. Now, if the idea of simply hydrating yourself to health seems like magical thinking, I want you to consider the research that backs up what I'm talking about. Study after study shows that drinking enough water fends off problems from your head to your toes. Dr. Ronald Navarro reminds us that water is a basic need for cellular health, a basic need. Now, how much water you need depends on a lot of different factors, as we've already said, such as how much you weigh, the climate you live in, how often you exercise, how hard you exercise or work out, and that rule of thumb, 8-ounce glasses of water, is a great place to start. But now I want you to listen closely. Listen closely. The Institute of Medicine actually recommends more than 8-ounce glasses of water per day, especially for folks who live in mild climates. Here's one way to tell if you're well hydrated, and it's very simple. In fact, it's probably the best indicator of all, and that's the color of your urine. So if you're well hydrated, your urine should be pale yellow or clear. If it's dark yellow, then you need more water. It's that simple, right? Okay, so have a look and adjust your water accordingly. Now, another wonderful benefit of drinking water is that water can actually boost your energy. That's right. Now, how does that happen? Well, water helps keep a steady flow of nutrients into your cells, and that's what helps to boost your energy. When you don't drink enough water, when you're dehydrated, right, your cell membranes actually become less permeable, which slows down and hampers the flow of nutrients to your cells. And you can tell because the impact on you is that you kind of feel a little bit foggy and you feel more sluggish, okay? So the overall impact is that not drinking enough water, not being well hydrated, impairs both your physical and your mental performance. And nobody wants that, right? I know when I exert myself, I actually work up a sweat. I'm sure the same thing happens to you. When you exert yourself, you should be working up a sweat as well. You know the signs. Your forehead kind of gets a little clammy at first, and then it gets moister and even moister, right? And then you feel the trickles of sweat running down your face, and sometimes your back and under your arms, right? Any kind of sweat when you're exerting yourself physically is a sign that your body is operating as it should be operating. When you sweat, that means that your internal core is heating up, and your body responds by doing its job to maintain a normal temperature. And guess what? Water is absolutely essential to making that happen. Water is essential to making your sweat, okay? Now, another benefit of hydrating yourself is that, you might lose weight. Sounds like a pretty good deal, right? Losing weight just by drinking water. Now, not so fast. Why does that happen? Well, drinking water, especially if you drink a glass or two of water before a meal, drinking water can actually make your stomach feel fuller. So you actually eat less food. And if you eat less, you consume fewer calories. And over a period of several weeks or several months, you see the result by dropping a few pounds. Now, earlier I talked about water and how it helps the brain to function properly, right? Another organ that benefits from hydration, from being well hydrated, is our skin. Now, most of us don't even realize that our skin is an organ, just like our brain or heart or liver. And our skin covers our entire body. And our skin is composed of at least 30% water. 30%. And if all of those skin cells don't get a sufficient amount of water, they'll actually start to shrink and wither, okay, and dry up. On the other hand, if you drink enough water and other fluids, your skin cells will respond accordingly. Your skin cells actually begin to plump up, and your skin will actually thank you.